Through the scope, every journey starts long before the first shot is fired. This one began in Cape Town, a road that stretches north towards the heart of red sand and silence. Uppington, gateway to the Kalahari. A few stops, a few stories, bags of oranges from Citrusdal, coffee at Oma Mimi's in Kennard, and a meal at Red Ox beside the Orange River before the dust road calls us again. Arrival doesn't mean rest. Bags down, sleeves up. Lamps to dose, gates to open, life moving as it always does out here. It's the kind of work that grounds you before the rifles come out. Before dusk, a koppie climb, cans of paint and steel targets waiting for a fresh coat. The Kalahari gives nothing easily, but she gives beauty freely. That evening, firelight and dust settle together, and the desert hums its slow song. The next morning started early. Coffee, a couple of rusks, and the sound of wind through the grass. We headed out to the range to zero in the scopes before the day got too hot. The wind made things interesting, not ideal for precision work, but good practice. A few adjustments, a few clean hits, and everyone started feeling confident. Once the rifles were dialed in, it was time for breakfast. Nothing fancy, just hearty food, hot coffee, and a few laughs before heading back into the field. With breakfast done and everyone feeling sharp, we loaded up and headed into the open. The plains stretch out in every direction, endless, empty, and alive all at once. Hours of scanning, moving, waiting, the Kalahari doesn't hand out chances easily. Heat shimmered off the sand, a few springbok in the distance, too far, too quick. Then finally, one perfect opportunity. A quiet signal, a slow breath, and one clean shot. The work doesn't end there. Back at the storeroom, knives come out, hands steady, and conversation slows down. It's calm, focused work, nothing wasted, every part respected. When the heat breaks, we head out again. A kind of drive that's more about the light than the destination. Spot a few board tracks, watch the colors change across the sand. The sky turns gold, then fire, then quiet. Back at the house, another fire, another story. The sound of coals crackling becomes the soundtrack of the night. Our last morning starts early again. Before the sun even touches the dunes, we climb a koppie just as the mist begins to lift, hoping to spot a kulu in the valley below. But the bush is still and heavy with fog. No shots fired this time, just silence and light. The kind of view that reminds you why you come out here in the first place. The sunrise more than makes up for the quiet. After breakfast, it's time for one last drive. The wind's calm, the sky clear, good signs. Hours in, movement catches the eye. Kempsburg grazing against the ridge. A steady setup and two clean moments that will stay with us long after we leave. No noise, no rush, just respect, stillness and gratitude. The day fades fast out here. One last sunset, one last fire, one last look across the red sand. Kalahari keeps her secrets, but she gives peace to those who listen. Time spent here isn't just a trip, it's a reset. Some places don't just take your breath away, they give it back, steadier than before. Through the scope, where every shot tells a story.